You know the feeling when a flash of inspiration hits. You set those big, shiny, ambitious goals brimming with hope and motivation. For a week, maybe two, you're an absolute machine. And then, well, life happens. Your energy starts to fade, and the urgent stuff begins to push the important stuff out of the way. And before you know it, a month has gone by, and those ambitious goals have practically vanished. But what if I told you that this whole cycle isn't your fault? It's not because you're lazy, and it's certainly not because you're not aiming high enough. The real problem is a single, invisible mistake in how you're going about it, and it guarantees that you'll almost always quit. In this video, I'm going to reveal what that mistake is, and more importantly, I'm going to give you a science-backed framework to fix it, so you can be one of the very few people who actually sees their goals all the way to the finish line. Let's be real about the numbers for a second, because they tell a story. While most of us are great at setting goals, the data on how many of us actually achieve those goals can be pretty brutal. Some research suggests that a staggering 92% of people never achieve their long-term goals. That means that only a tiny fraction of people actually turn their dreams into reality. So what is going on here, and why is it so depressingly consistent? The usual advice is frankly useless. You're told to be more disciplined, find your why, just stay motivated. We watch hype videos, stick inspirational quotes on the wall, and hope that by sheer willpower, we can get to the end. But here's the truth. Motivation is a feeling. It comes and it goes based on your mood that day, how much energy you have, or how much sleep you got that night. Relying on motivation to achieve something long term is like trying to build a house on sand. It's just waiting to crumble the first time a storm rolls in. You might wake up tired, have a terrible day at work, or maybe you just don't feel like it, so you skip a day. No big deal, right? Except one day turns into two turns into a week, and pretty soon the guilt of not doing the work feels way worse than the initial excitement ever did. You start thinking, maybe I just don't have what it takes. Maybe I'm just not a disciplined person. You blame your character, but not your strategy. And this is the frustrating place that most of us live in, which is being stuck in the gap between who we want to be and what we actually do. You see, the problem isn't your character, it's the way you're playing the game. You're trying to brute force your way to success using a tool that's unreliable. You've been so focused on the destination that you never even bothered building the vehicle to get you there. And that brings us to the single biggest mistake. The single biggest mistake that people make is this. You focus on the goal, but you have no system. You're so obsessed with the outcome that you've actually left the day-to-day to chance and your mood. Your goal is your desired destination, but your system is a set of daily actions that will get you there. As author James Clear famously says in his book, Atomic Habits, you do not rise to the level of your goals, you fall to the level of your systems. Think about it. Let's use a basketball coach and his team as an example. A basketball coach's goal is to win a championship, but he never instructs his team to stare at the scoreboard the whole game. They win by focusing on their system, how they practice, how they run on the court, and how they communicate as a team. The score just takes care of itself. When you only have a goal like, I want to get fit, you're essentially living in a constant state of failure. Because every single day you haven't reached that goal, you feel like you're falling short. But when you follow a system like, I go to the gym every Monday, Wednesday, and Friday morning, success becomes immediate. Did you follow your system today? If yes, then you've won the day. This completely flips the script from a constant feeling of lack to a constant feeling of daily victory. So how do we actually do this? How do we build a system that runs on autopilot so that it doesn't require much effort from us every single day? We do it by making our intentions so crystal clear that our brain has no choice but to follow through. And this is based on decades of psychological research, and it comes down to just a few powerful steps. Step 1, shrink your goal into a daily action. Stop thinking about the giant, intimidating goal. Start thinking about the one small, repeatable action that you can follow every single day. For example, your brain can't process write a book. It's far too broad. But your brain can process write down 200 words. Get in shape is a wish, but going for a 20-minute walk after dinner, That's an action. Take your big goal and break it down into the smallest possible action that you can take on a daily or weekly basis that, if you followed through on it, would make success inevitable. We're not trying to make massive progress on day one. The point is to start creating the habit of showing up. Step 2. Create an implementation intention. Now, don't be discouraged by how fancy this term seems. It's actually really simple. An implementation intention is just a specific plan for when and where you'll perform an action. And the formula goes like this: when or if, insert your situation. Then I will insert your action. This works so well because you hand over control from your effortful, conscious mind to the environment itself. You make the decisions ahead of time so that when the cue happens, the action gets triggered immediately. Now let's take the examples I gave you from step 1 and turn them into implementation intentions. Instead of go for a 20-minute walk, it becomes when I finish washing the dinner dishes, then I will immediately put on my walking shoes and walk for 20 minutes. Instead of write 200 words, it becomes when my first coffee is done brewing at 7 a.m., then I will sit at my desk and write 200 words. Specificity is your superpower here. And step 3, engineer your environment for success. Right now, your environment is perfectly designed to get you the results you're currently getting. If you want to change your behavior, you have to change your environment. The key is to make your desired actions the path of least resistance. If your system is to go to the gym in the morning, consider laying out your clothes the night before. If your system is to eat healthier, consider meal prepping your food in advance so that way you don't leave it up to chance. On the flip side, add friction to the habits that you want to break. If you watch too much TV, consider unplugging the TV and putting the remote controller in another room. Or you could just... But in all seriousness, the goal is to make your good habits easy to achieve and your bad habits hard to follow through on. So let's wrap this up. We've established that the single greatest mistake you can make is focusing too much on the goal and not focusing enough on building a system to get there. So here's your new mission. I want you to forget about your goal for a minute and instead focus on these 3 things. 1. Deconstruct. What is the smallest repeatable action? 2. Plan. When and where will you do it? Make your if-then plan. And 3. Design. How can you set up your space to make that action obvious and easy? This is how you turn your dream into reality. It's not about trying harder, it's about planning smarter. That's the whole secret. Stop setting more goals and start building more systems. And watch how you become one of the very few people who doesn't just dream, but actually does. Thanks for watching. If this resonated with you, please subscribe and consider joining our community of people who are choosing to act. And remember, you've got this.